Hey guys, it's Jen from beautyriotx, and I'm so excited because I have a bunch of stuff from Selena Gomez's new beauty line, makeup line, with me to film with today and try for the first time. I haven't watched any videos on it and it's been killing me because Samantha Ravndal and Raw Beauty Christie have both filmed stuff and I have made myself not watch it because I didn't want anyone else's opinions blurring my opinion of like my first impression or whatever. So I haven't watched anything, I haven't read any reviews or anything like that, so today we're gonna try it for the first time and see how it all kind of works out. I have 5 products and we're gonna get right into it, but first I'm gonna tell you a little bit about the brand and why I decided to try it. I wasn't immediately intrigued because, to be honest, it looked a little boring. I was like, I don't need another foundation, I don't need another concealer, I don't need another lip product, I don't need another sponge, blah, blah, blah. It's mostly complexion stuff with like a few other things thrown in. There's no eyeshadow or anything like that. But I really liked her mission behind the brand, and I'm gonna tell you about what that is. First off, Selena Gomez has not been quiet about her struggles with mental health, and I love that. That's real and that's very honest of her. And this was her story behind it, basically. Basically, her vision is to create a safe and welcoming space in beauty that supports mental well-being across age, gender identity, sexual orientation, race, cultural background, physical and mental ability, and perspective. I love that. They also have a organization that they have started themselves called the Rare Impact Fund, and their goal is to raise $100 million over the next decade to help address the gaps in mental health services for underserved communities. I think that's amazing. They're also making partnerships with other leading foundations and nonprofit organizations to make global impacts and contributions and all that kind of stuff and raising awareness, and I think that's amazing and so important. They list support and resources on the Rare Beauty website, National Alliance of Mental Illness, Trevor Project, which is a crisis and suicidal hotline, and the Sad Girls Club, which helps remove any negative stigma, provides mental health services to girls who don't have access to therapy, and helps create safe spaces in their life. I think that's so important, especially in this day and age. You know, the poison and the negativity that's just become so normalized, especially with social media today in this world, is just, it's really horrifying if you think about it. And I mean, I lost my father to suicide in 2015, so I love the message behind this brand, so I thought this is the kind of brand I'd like to support, so that kind of pushed me to really want to try this. So let's start with the stuff. The first thing I got was the foundation. This retails for $29. I got the shade 210 Neutral. It kind of looks okay. It looks a little deep in the bottle. Retails for $29. There's 48 shades. It sounds very, very watery. I kind of love the box too, how simple it is. Foundation elixir that feels barely there while building coverage and boosting your natural glow. I wonder if that means it's dewy. Let's give it a whirl. Got my, oh, I got the sponge too. This is very weird. It's very porous. It's probably like the most porous sponge that I have. I usually use the Wet n Wild or the e.l.f. sponge, and the Wet n Wild, which is this one, is probably most like the original beauty blender in that it's dense, I would say. The e.l.f. sponge is in between the porousness of this and this. But this, I mean, I don't know if you can see, but it's very textured looking. I'm really hoping it doesn't leave my skin textured looking? I don't know, I guess we're gonna see. Oh, another cool fact. I thought this was just an aesthetic thing, she just made the top look like this. No, if I'm right in what I've read, she made the tops like this to help people with arthritis. I think because she herself has arthritis, so she put the little bubble on top here to help people with arthritis get the tops off. I thought that was very thoughtful and cool. Oh no, oh God, I hate these things. Okay, that's okay. We're not gonna judge, but I hate that. This is very, very liquidy though. So I'm gonna attempt to put some on here. And we are gonna go in with the sponge. And I'm gonna guess use this side. It smells like skincare-ish. I would say the shade's okay. And I don't see an issue with the porousness of this, so that's a good sign. I want to say I was a tiny bit disappointed that there wasn't any eyeshadow or anything, but I kind of also like that she started with complexion stuff too. I'm gonna wait on this side because I want to add some of my color corrector under this eye just to use it with the concealer and then leave this one without just to see how it works. But I'll zoom you guys in a bit more so you can actually like see the finish and everything. I see a little bit of like a sheen, but it's not greasy dewy, I guess. But it's definitely, it's not matte either, but it's definitely not like dewy sweat dewy. I'm actually very surprised at the lack of like texture this is, like the stampiness this isn't leaving, because by looking at it you'd think, oh my god, this is not going to be good because of how holy this is. But it's actually working a lot better than I thought. I'm gonna use this for my contour stick too and blend that out. I really hate that the applicator for this, I really hate that there's no pump. I'm really sorry, Selena. I hate it though. What do you think of the color? I don't know, because it kind of looks perfect, but it's kind of, I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say, forget it. All right, I'm gonna put my Becca under eye corrector on this side. So when I go in with the concealer on this side, I can see how it reacts or doesn't react to this stuff. A little definitely goes a long way because I added more to this and I probably didn't need that much. All right, I'm gonna zoom you in. Yeah, like maybe it's just a slightly warmer shade than I would normally use. Like it's good because I'm a little bit tan right now, but if I end up liking it and I want to order another one, I might maybe order like a shade lighter. I think that finish is actually really nice. The concealer, I'm a little nervous about because it's really light, like really light. I got that 180W Moisturizing Buildable Concealer that melts seamlessly into skin for undetectable cake-free coverage. And I'm gonna use the like triangular side. We have it here, so you have the same kind of idea, but it's like a little Mentos shape thing up here. But again, I love that she thought of something like that. So I mean, this is very, very light. So I mean, it's not insane, but I mean, it's much lighter than I probably should have gone for. Something about the description makes me think it's not insanely high coverage, which is fine because that's usually not what I go for anyway. I mean, it's definitely brightening. It's not crazy, but I mean, I definitely have that lightness under there. All right, let's see it with my color corrector on this side. You notice the difference on each side? I don't mind either, actually. I mean, and obviously both, I mean, like neither side is identical in like wrinkle-wise. Like both side has fine lines and wrinkles, so I mean, neither side is flawless either way, but this is with the color corrector, this is without. And you know what? Let's set it. So I'm gonna take my e.l.f. setting powder that I usually use the Halo Glow in light, and I'm gonna lightly set under my eyes to see how it reacts to powder. I actually think the side without the color corrector looks better set than the side with the color corrector set. I think the side looks better. Good to know. All right, we're gonna go in and see how my contour blends out on top of the foundation and with the sponge. Blending out good. And set it with the powder. Again, really, really lightly. All right, so let's close up again a little bit more. Just see how all that is kind of sitting together. I have to say, I'm not hating it. Like, I'm pretty happy so far right off the bat. It's very like your skin but better kind of thing. I'll have to definitely do like another follow-up kind of video where I, you know, build it up more and all that kind of stuff. But let me put the rest of my makeup on and then we can follow up with the liquid illuminizer and lips. All right, so next up we have Lip Souffle Matte Lip Cream in the shade Courage. And this was the most like nudie that they had. There's 12 shades and this was like a nude mauve. And it seems to have like a kind of grayish undertone, which I don't love, but again, it was like the nudiest shade they had, so it's just the one I went for. And then they had a like sheer lip cream kind of thing that I just wasn't interested in. I mean, I like the way it feels. I'm not too sure about the color. I don't hate the color. I don't know if I love it though. On the fence with the shade. It feels nice. It doesn't feel super dry or anything like that. It feels matte, but it has like a bit of like a slip. All right, and the last thing we have is the liquid luminizer. This comes in 8 shades, and I got the lightest and the most like neutral shade, and this is in Enlighten. I'm hoping it's amazing. So, it has a nice feel to it. It doesn't feel like greasy or anything like that. It seems to dry. So I think first I'm just gonna use my finger, and I'm just gonna kind of dab it on my hand. Just kind of do it that way because I don't know how exactly it's going to apply. What else I know? It's subtle. And you know what? Maybe I'll do a little bit with the sponge on the other side. I'm gonna use my Wet n Wild sponge. Yeah, I think I like that a little better. I'm getting a little bit more payoff. Yeah, finger is a little bit subtle, and then sponge you get a little bit more, and it's nice. I mean, it feels nice. It seems to dry, and I'm sure you could like build it up. Let's see if I can just build it up a little bit. Oh no, it seems to just kind of stay where you stamp it. That's not really good. All right, so the whole putting it in my hand thing was probably the best idea. I mean, it's a little better now, but yeah. So I found the best way is just to kind of smooth it out on your hand, use your finger or your sponge and just kind of like dab it yourself. But it's pretty. It's not mind-blowing or anything, but it's pretty. You probably build it up, and you know what, maybe I'll just try to do that with it on my hand and see if I have a better result that way. Okay, there we go. It's a little bit better. Yeah, it's nice. Okay, so here's the overall look, start to finish. I mean, I'm pretty happy, like, first impression. I really like the foundation and concealer so far. I feel like my under eyes are a little bit lighter than I would normally do, but I can easily correct that by even just mixing the two together a little bit when I use the concealer. I do actually really like the shade of the foundation now that like it's sitting on my skin a little bit more and I've done the rest of my makeup. I think I actually do like the concealer set without the color corrector, oddly enough. It seems to look a little bit more textured on the side with the corrector. I don't know how that's possible, but it looks flatter on this side. Maybe it's because this side is just a nicer looking under eye. I don't know. But either way, I'm gonna mess around with everything a little bit more. The sponge I actually really like. The sponge actually worked a lot better than I thought it was going to because of like all the holes and everything, so that was a fun surprise. And it cleaned up really well. I thought for sure, like, I mean, it definitely left a little bit of color left over, but for the most part it cleaned up really nicely. The liquid illuminator, okay, it does look pretty, and I do like that it kind of disappears when you look straight on. There's not like a stripe on me. But yeah, I do like this. I'm definitely gonna play with it more. I'm probably most excited out of everything probably with these. I hope she comes out with eyeshadow. I feel like I would probably definitely try that if she came out with eyeshadow. So fingers crossed. But yeah, have you guys tried anything from this brand? Let me know. Keep an eye out. I will update you guys how this wore throughout the day in my comments. So check for the pinned post. I usually always leave one. So that was it. Thank you guys so much for watching. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye.